Hi everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing another declutter in my collection and declutter series. If you didn't know, I'm doing a series on my channel where I'm basically showing you my makeup collection and decluttering products as we go in different categories. So I already did eyeshadow palettes, lip products, blushes and bronzers in one video, and today we're doing face palettes and highlighters. And then I think the last video will be more like base products and maybe eyeliners because I haven't covered those either. But I split it up because otherwise I thought it was going to be like too long, and I'd rather have like a little bit more shorter videos because I know that's sometimes like easier to watch. But like I said, today we have arrived at my highlighters and my face palettes, and basically how I do these videos, I just go through everything I have in here and then declutter as we go. I said in my previous video that I didn't think I was going to get rid of a lot of products, but I actually ended up decluttering 10 products in this video. In this video, I don't think I'm going to make the 10 products. I'm definitely not going to be decluttering as much of these. Definitely a couple, but I think this part is going to be more so a collection because I do love most of the products I have in here, which is fine too. Like, I don't declutter just to declutter. I declutter things if I genuinely don't use them anymore and I just don't think they have a purpose in my collection. So I'm very excited to go through this, but I'm going to be starting off with one that I'm going to be keeping, and this one is from Laura Mercier, and it is the Face Illuminator in the shade Devotion. I got this just this year and I thought it was really pretty. This is what it looks like. I'm very into like pinky toned highlighters, and I feel like this one is definitely super beautiful. First of all, the design of this, like how gorgeous is this, but also the shade. This is how that one swatches, and it is just like a beautiful pinky toned highlighter. That is what it looks like. I know like not everyone is into highlighter as much these days. I wear it almost every single day, and I especially like these pinky toned highlighters, so this one is going to be staying. Another one I'm for sure going to be keeping is this one from Fenty Beauty. This is the Fenty Beauty Highlighter Joe in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I will say the formula was different than what I expected. I'm usually not one to swatch things in store. I just buy it based on how it looks, and I expected this to be like a powder product, but I feel like it is more of like a cream to powder maybe, especially this side. This also only has a 9-month shelf life, which I realized after I bought it, but maybe it will last a bit longer. So this side feels definitely more of like a cream. It's not like a true cream, but it's just like a little bit softer, as you can see. And then this side is the more intense side, which is more of like a pinky tone, and definitely like a bit more metallic as well. There you can really see it. I feel like I prefer this side because it's more subtle, and I feel like this one is a bit more similar to the Laura Mercier. This one has a bit more purple tone in there, and then this one has a bit more of like maybe like a champagne tone in there, but it's definitely still like on the pink side, and I feel like this is such a pretty highlighter. So I'm of course going to be keeping this one. Another one that is just too beautiful is this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk Multi Glow in Romance Light, and it is absolutely stunning. This launched this year, and this was like one of the products. Like sometimes you just look at products and you're like, I just need this in my collection. This was one of those products. Like I saw this and I know I needed to have it in my collection. This is what it looks like. I did a full video on this one, so I will try to link that down below if I don't forget, so you can check it out and see what I think of it. But it is just super beautiful. I usually mix the shades together, and sometimes I use the lightest one in the inner corner. So let's declutter this one from Nabla. This is the Skin Glazing Highlighter in the shade Ozone. This is not a bad highlighter at all. I actually find it really pretty, but this has been in my collection for years and I just don't find myself using it anymore. So this one is going to leave the collection. I genuinely forgot I had this one from Tarte, even though it has been sitting in my highlighter drawer the entire time. But this is the Tarte Exposed Highlight, and this is one that I looked at reviews, and this seemed to be super popular in like the old school YouTube days, like 2016 or maybe like 2018. I feel like so many people were talking about this one. I never picked it up back then. I didn't even like know it was a thing, but I just saw this year on the Tarte website, and I was like, that is really pretty. I will say it's a bit more gold in real life than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a bit more of a different tone than those pink pinky ones I just showed. But as you can see, it's just nice to have a difference as well. I feel like it's pretty, but I just need to be very like candid. So I'm going to be keeping this for now. This one, if you watch my project pan video, you know how little I reach for this. I put this in my project pan to reach for it more, and then I never reach for it. So like, I'm thinking I should be decluttering this. I think the problem here is I like cream bronzers, cream blushes, but I'm just not a very big cream highlighter fan. Like, it is pretty and I want to keep it, but I don't think I've used this in like half a year maybe. So this doesn't really belong in my collection, so this one is going to go. This one is very new as well. This is the REM Beauty highlighter in the shade Miss Mercury. I just got it this year, and I got this because Kelly Gooch really likes this, and usually Kelly and I have sort of like the same makeup preferences, so I thought I would like it as well, and I actually really like it. It's super pretty. It's actually a bit lighter like on the skin than I thought it was going to be based on how it looks in the pan. So maybe I would have preferred like a deeper shade, but it's actually super pretty. I really like wearing this. So this one is going to be staying. This one is the MAC Soft and Gentle, and I actually think I'm going to get rid of this. I barely reach for it, and it is also quite old, so maybe I'll like repurchase a new one in the future because it is really pretty. But at this moment, I feel like it's a bit too similar to the highlighters I already have in my collection. Like, I feel like this is quite similar to one of the shades in the Fenty Beauty one, so I'd rather use that at the moment because it's a lot newer. So this one is going to go. I'm actually decluttering a lot because I think the two ones I still have left I'm also going to be decluttering, but this one is the ColourPop Winnie the Pooh highlighter in the shade 100 Acre Woods. And as much as I love Winnie the Pooh and as much as I think this collection was absolutely adorable, I feel like this is too deep of a gold for me to wear as a highlighter, so I've only used it as like an eyeshadow once, but I have eyeshadows for that. I don't need to have this to use as an eyeshadow, so this one is going to go too. And then the last thing in here I'm going to be decluttering as well, and this is the ColourPop Cinderella Horse and Carriage highlighter. It is just old. I don't think ColourPop makes it anymore, so I just don't use it anymore. So this one is going to go. So I feel like I actually did really well because I'm only keeping 5 single highlighters, which I think is definitely enough of a highlighter collection because I also still have face geos. So right here we have my Charlotte Tilbury Nude Gasm face palette. I am going to be keeping this because this is really pretty. I don't use it like super much, but I use it occasionally and I think it's really pretty. So this one is going to be staying. This one I'm of course going to be keeping. This is the Hourglass Holiday Palette for 2022. This is one of the 3 editions that they released, and I have been using this for about a month now and I feel like I really enjoy it. The bronzer is a bit on the warm side, but it still works and it's pretty. And the highlighter I thought was going to be like very deep on me, but it's actually like quite decent. I wouldn't say it's the most flattering shade of highlighter for my skin tone, but it definitely works. It doesn't really like leave a cast, so I still wear that and I feel like this is a really beautiful palette. Also, just like looking at this, it almost looks like a drawing or something. It just looks so sleek and pretty. So this one of course is going to be staying. This one is the Charlotte Tilbury Sunset Dreamscape palette. I actually took this on vacation with me and I use it all the time. I thought it was so like nice to have everything in one palette and it was really easy to use. So while I don't really use it a lot when I'm just like at home because I have all of these other products, I want to keep this for when I like go traveling again because it is just very convenient and it doesn't take up a lot of space at all. So this one is going to be staying too. Then the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker Face and Eye Palette, I actually use a lot too. When I go to work, I sometimes do my makeup in a train and this is super convenient for that because I have my bronzer, highlighter and eyeshadow in one palette and I really like this one. So this one is staying of course too. This part of the declutter is a little bit more boring because I'm keeping the majority of them. We then have the Pat McGrath Holiday Trio from last year. This one got wet accidentally, so the paper is sort of like ripping apart, but I mean it still looks decent and the shades work fine. This is what it looks like. I feel these shades are just so beautiful. I love the highlighter too, and these 2 blushes are super pretty, so definitely going to be keeping. It's just so sad that the packaging is a little bit ruined, but I mean it's paper. So my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow in this like limited edition edition packaging. I'm keeping 2. I really like this, both the highlighter and the contour shade. It's just one that I really enjoy reaching for, so this one is staying 2. And then we have these 2 Flower Beauty palettes that I just got this year. This one is the Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette, and I'm actually going to declutter this. I think the quality is nice, but I feel like the shades don't really work for me, so this one is going to go. And then for now, I am going to be keeping this Shimmer and Strobe Highlighter Palette. I thought these were creams, but they're actually powders, but they're really pretty though, so I should use these a bit more. So this one is going to be staying. So I have kept 7 face palettes for now, which I think is like a decent amount. And I have decluttered 5 highlighters and 1 face palette. So I think for this category, that is like a good amount. I wasn't really expecting to declutter a lot more. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comment section down below which part of the declutter series is your favorite. And also let me know if you're surprised that I got rid of these products. And if you did enjoy this video, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. But with that said, and thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!